Of course we do that. Oh, there he is. Okay.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning. So you must be Patricia.
Yeah, I should say good afternoon because it's almost 1 o'clock here. I'm in Delaware.
Oh, okay. Wonderful. I'm glad you could join us.
Yeah, me too.
Have you participated in very many virtual events this year?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, both philatelic and genealogy.
Ah, wonderful. Okay, here comes another one. All right. Yeah. Okay. All right. Oh, good. Here comes our speaker. There he goes. Connecting to audio. Okay. Anna, you're muted. You want to unmute yourself?
Hi.
There you are. No camera this morning? Uh-oh. There you are. Yay. Hey, buddy. How you doing?
Good.
Good. Look, too bad the kids are in bed. Otherwise, I'd want to say hi to them.
Sure. After the show, I'll
Okay. Oh, here comes Judy. All right. They're coming in. Okay. Hi, Judy.
Hi, Carol. How are you?
Oh, we're here.
I couldn't find all my links and I was panicking, thinking, where'd I put them? Which file?
Yeah, I know. I flagged every single one of my links, but then since I'm the host, they're up on my thing, so I don't have any worries about it. Okay, somebody's chatting already.
Now I can hear you.
Oh, there you are. Hello, Eric.
Yes, hello. I'm having trouble with my sound today, this morning. I don't know what's going on.
Okay, well, at least you're hearing us, even though we can't see you. Okay.
You really want to see me?
Well, I'm assuming you've showered. You're the same time zone as I am.
That's
Is
true.
that Keith in the corner?
Yeah. You didn't
Oh, man.
recognize him.
I didn't recognize him. His face is lighter.
Yeah, he got a haircut. He looks so much better, doesn't he?
Oh, I like it much better, yes.
Otherwise, he's beginning to look like a llama or alpaca.
My husband's at the point where he's desperately in need of a haircut.
Yeah, Frank came over and sheared him for us.
Oh, that's good.
Anand's a little hot over there for you?
cool.
Okay, we've got some more coming in. Oh, Vince, okay.
Okay, 2-3 minutes, then then we can start.
Okay. Somebody needs to mute them. There's Vince is here. Patricia's still here. Okay. There we go. Eric. Well, they're coming in.
Out of
Yes,
curiosity, may I ask how many people you are expecting for this?
We've got at the moment 26.
Good crowd, good crowd.
Yeah, it is a good crowd. Very tickled. Hey, Eric, you're awake.
Oh, yeah. Well, I actually got up a bit early this morning. I had a 4:30 conference call.
That's a little early.
Usually they don't start till 5.
Oh, Vera's there. Hi, Vera.
How are you?
Yeah,
I know that woman.
I think everybody knows Vera. And see, Vera, it's your fault that we have this presentation.
I know. I was just telling my friend Chris, I introduced the two of you and you joined ATA.
Yeah. Oh. Okay, here's another one. All right. Okay, anybody who's got background noise, please mute. Okay, here's another one.
Sound of the Langoliers. Ah, recording. There was no mention of recordings. So GDPR says you have to ask before you hit that record button. So for now, I'm going to go mute and I'm going to stop my video. But thanks anyways.
Oh, no. Oh, really? Did any of us know that? So I got to stop the recording, huh? Everybody who's here, are you okay with us recording? Because we're just going to put it on our website.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, that's too bad we lost one. All right. Okay. All right. Ted, Reg. Okay. Judy, Keith. All right. Should we get started? Okay. We will have everybody muted. So mute yourselves. Anand, do you want everybody to ask questions during the presentation or wait till the end?
Okay, during the presentation also, I don't mind.
Okay, all right. So if you have a question, go ahead and unmute yourself and ask. We are recording simply because those who can't make the meeting, this way they can go to our website and view the presentation later. Let's see. And if you have a question and don't want to unmute, you can also put it in chat. I'll keep an eye on chat.
Or I can do last 5-10 minutes, I can keep for question answer.
Okay, all right. So if you didn't catch that, he'll answer questions the last 10 minutes of the presentation. All right, so we have Anand Kakad from India, who is doing our 5-year journey with the Phasianidae family of birds. You're on, Anand.
Thank you. I'm unable to share the screen.
કેમ ચાલુ કરી આપે પાછું બગડી ગયું અરે હું યાર આ છોકરી
Okay, Anand, you should be able to share. There you go. Sorry about that.
Hello everyone. Thank you, Carol, and thank you, SEAPEX, for giving this opportunity. It's wonderful to join the start of the SEAPEX. Thank you so much, Carol and SEAPEX team. Thank you to Webmaster also. Here's a wonderful journey of 5 years, which I've been through the thematic exhibit. I just wanted to highlight how I done my exhibit, how I got to know about thematics and all. So here's starts. Here is Philatelic. I started collecting stamps since year 2000. From 2005 to 2014, I was just collecting bird stamps. And then I also joined meanwhile some groups on Facebook, on bird stamps, or meet some collectors. And December 2014, I visited Malaysia, one of the SIFP show in Kuala Lumpur. There I get attracted towards thematic. That boosts me to do something on thematic, not only on birds, but I wanted to do something on exhibit on thematic. So here, that way my journey started. Then I thought how to start it. What should be the theme?
Anand, can you turn your volume up a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now it is okay. Audible now? Okay. Then I thought, what should be the theme? Then, as a bird collector, I was always wanted to do. It was in my mind that I should select something on birds, but it's not easy. What kind of birds? Then I thought should be water birds, songbirds, Indian birds. So quite confusing. Then I decided, why not go for the national bird of India, peacock. Then I settled with peacock. Then I started more research. Can I able to make 5 frames, 8 frames on peacock? Then I thought no. And should I get different variety of material only on peacock? Then I thought it's a better idea to make a thematic exhibit on Phasianidae family. It's not peacock, it's bisons, partridge, well, 7, 8 birds, and that family makes Phasianidae family. And here I clicked and I decided this is the best thing I should go with. And I also search on net where anybody in the world or anybody in India are doing on Phasianidae. So I found nobody is doing on Phasianidae. So I choose this is the right thing for me, doing Phasianidae family. And it was really interesting. The way my journey started with Phasianidae. For thematics, it's quite different how to, and very important, how to start preparation of your exhibit. When you start with new theme, you should have, a lot of people collect stamps and then do the exhibit. But in my view, it should be like you should make a plan first. You should have sort out your materials the way I have shown. I have placed all my materials and make a perfect plan in the beginning for the 5 frames. Then I sorted my materials, on which page I can put which material. So, and then I also tried how to balance it. Then it's a good idea to place all your material and see how it comes through. Without that, it is quite difficult. If you just collect and do your exhibit, it's not a good idea. This is a better idea. You should always lay your pages and see where it could fit actually. Then 2016, I started exhibiting. It was my first exhibit in state level exhibition in Nashik, SEAPEX 16. And fortunately, I got the gold medal and the best exhibit award. And that time in India, a lot of very few people were doing thematics. And it was very good recognition for me that in first time I got best exhibit award and gold medal in state level. That boosts my confidence. But by the way, I did a lot of mistakes in my first exhibit. When I started exhibiting, I realized what kind of mistakes I had done. if you see the left side page, I have when I exhibited first time, I used the deluxe roof on first page. Actually, it doesn't matter what kind of material you use on first page, but in the entire exhibit, you should not use deluxe roof. It is easily available on eBay, Del Campe, but this is not a good item to. It not give you points, and you should avoid such items. Then if you can see the center page, I have put many stamps and less thematic stories. So that is the thing I learned. It should be skipped and it should have a good story. And every page should have variety of material. Not only should not have many stamps, many covers. It should not have too much thematic text. So avoid to use FDC and special covers, because FDC and special covers, if you want to use, you should window it properly. Should not use the whole cover. Only use the cancellation and the stamp. So that is a that I learned when I started exhibiting. Then if you see the center page, I use both the stationaries. It is not a good idea to use. The page should be balanced. I will show in later pages how to make a balanced page. This is what I learned when I started exhibiting and focus on thematics. If you see the right-hand side page, I use a lot of stamps, and the postcard was imprinted, but I didn't show the reverse side of it. You should always show 75% of the reduced size of the back of the reverse side. My journey was wonderful. I started from state level exhibition to the international FIP, FIAP. I started exhibiting in my first exhibit was SEAPEX, where I got gold. Then journey started in SEAPEX. Then my first international exhibition was in Melbourne. Then I exhibited in FIP show in Bandung, 2017. And slowly the journey started, and my exhibit get improved. Everybody who is joining is interested. What is the important in thematics? Is the exhibit title and structure development. It is very important. If you see 2016 when I started with the A4 page. You should always improvise your exhibit. A lot of people don't do that. They keep their mindset that this should be my strategy and I will use only A4. But you should always do new technology, use new sizes. So I'm just showing what I do. In 2017, I keep the same title, but I redesign more into development of my story. I changed my paper size to A3. So it was good improvement. From A4 to A3, I can put a lot of big items. Then 2019, I thought A3, I should use square size paper. It's 290 by 310 centimeters. And I found it is very beautiful. It gives me a lot of area where I can show a lot of materials. And that time I also started working on improvement of materials. I added more materials. So in 2020, I improved on my plan and I added more materials in 2020. It is very important to have self-evaluation. When you wanted to go to FIP level, at higher level, you should always have a self-evaluation in between. You should not be master, but you should at least know what is GREV, SREV, in thematics. You should know the rules of thematic exhibiting. It is available on the FIP site. You should always use appropriate material. Every page should have variety of material. It doesn't come it comes by time. When you evolve in your exhibit, when you focus and you give time to your exhibit, slowly you'll find a lot of variety of material. But it is not possible to get at one stroke, but by patience, slowly you will get the variety of material. You should always have a unique title. I'll show how I change my title and plan and development should always be there. Connection between thematic text and materials is very important. Presentation, which gives you more points. This is the left-hand side is my first time when I exhibited. When I exhibited an FIP in 2017, see the change in pages. It is A4 to A3 page, and you will see a lot of change in plan. My plan earlier was not so neat. It was not well structured, but then I come to know my mistakes. Plan should be structured, should be well defined. It should have a story. Story does not come up. It comes slowly, but you have to improve it on your storyline. You will see the changes. If you see, then first time I used a deluxe roof. And when I used A3 paints, there I put a very good stamp. It is not a rarity, but it is an old stamp. It is the first stamp of Pisan, 1894 green Pisan. And here I showed scope of exhibit. In the first, when I started, I didn't know about that. What is the scope of exhibit? What is the treatment? What is thematic development? What is the philatelic importance? Then again, I improved show by show. When I go to FIP level, I came to know a lot of new things. So I used all the techniques in my exhibit. The left-hand side is the A3 page, and the right-hand side is the square page. Square page gives you more impact. This is my personal thought. But everybody, it all depends on what kind of material you have, what kind of sizes of material you have. So for me, square page is a superb idea to use. A lot of people thought that you should put a best item on page 1, but that also I thought in beginning I was not clear. So I put artwork, I put figure letter, but that is not good. That doesn't give you points for variety. So you should always use your best material, not on the first page. Always you should put variety of material on page 2, where the exhibit starts. So left-hand side you see the branch diagram of my exhibit, my Phasianidae family. So I only use mean stamps. But then I realized it is a second page and it is very important. From here, the jury knows about your exhibit. And if they found not a very good about your exhibit, they will not go further. So here the mindset change of the jury. So you should impress the jury by putting one of the best page on the second. You can say it is improved drastically, and it impressed the jury. He knows that the exhibitor know about thematics, and the variety of material impressed the jury. And he know your knowledge, he know your philatelic knowledge. Here I would like to show a variety of materials can be used in thematic exhibit. The beauty of thematic is we can use all types of philatelic items. And always try to use, when you use a mean stamp, always try to find out the old stamp available on that particular item or particular theme. So I always choose to, I always try to get the oldest mean stamp. If you see this one is the AR mail. So variety of materials. This is 1931 Jaipur State, one of the best stamps on Peacock. Then 1897, old definitive Philatelic stamp. Then there are some ATM labels. Mean stamp, there are some factual errors. You should have variety of materials. Different perforations, tab mark. You can use the tabs also. Tab margin on stamp. Imperforate stamps, specimen. If you see India, there are 3 horizontal lines, which means that is a specimen stamp. You can use photo essays. variety of materials. It is not only stamps. There are a number of, as I said in the previous slide, there are all types of different philatelic items. Booklets. This is a normal booklet. This is a miscut booklet. This is the Tetevech cover of the booklet. You can use the cover of the booklet. You can see here the block of 4, the Tetevech booklet cover. One of the best thing I like is meter franking. This is very unique, and it adds variety to your exhibit. You can put number of meter franking on most of your pages, and it balances your story also. There are number of meter frankings available, so you should always use meter franking. There are different types of meter franking. You can use specimens also. There are specimens available. And if you ask me, my personal opinion, you can use full cover for, you should not cut the meter. If you have full cover, try to use full cover. If it is registered and well labeled, try to use full cover. This is one of the variety. It is a prepaid specimen, prepaid meter. This is a void. It's a specimen. This is the old conservation meter I use. This is a NOR on Gallus. It's not about stamps and booklets. There are a number of postal stationery available. From Belgium, you can find some public bills. This is one of the good item to add. This is the advertising postal stationery. And on left hand side, there are some advertising printed with one color or different colors. You can use newspaper wrappers. I have shown one from France. And this is one of the best items in my exhibit. This is a rocket mail, rocket gram, also called as livestock. This is India 1935 rocket gram. So you have to research on your exhibit, your story, and you have to add number of variety materials. This rocket gram, here one cock and one hen actually travel through a rocket. So it makes it very unique item. So you should have variety of unique items in your exhibit. I know it's not easy to get, but if you research, if you find by time, you will definitely can add a variety of. You can use beautiful pictorial postmarks. Slogans are there. Many slogans. You can put at least 5-6 slogans on your 5-frame exhibit. USA fancy cancers. There are 19th century and 20th century, two types of fancy cancers. So 19th fancy cancers difficult to get, but it is a very unique item to add in your exhibit. This is a by recent acquisition on Mulready. It's hard to get, but after 4 years, I able to find a Mulready on my theme, and it's the right stand is a reverse side advertisement with the rooster. It gives you number of at least 1 or 2 points added to your scorecard, and by time it will come, but it is a superb variety to add. I know it's not easy, but you should know such kind of varieties add your exhibit. It gives you a good score. Mulready is actually the one penny Mulready ranks the world's oldest postal stationery.
Worked hard at that. So I had to pay $2.95.
Material variety. There are color variety and shapes. This is a Gallus rooster variety from Ceylon, Sri Lanka. This is a decorative stamp, and I found good variation on this stamp. But when you mention in the exhibit, you should also mention why the errors are occurred. So you should learn about the printing process and all. Missing color occur because part of multi-run printing process is missed. Color shift errors occur when one or more of the printing cylinders are out of register. So you should know about, not only you should collect the stamp, you should know about the printing process, technology, and you should show jury that you had a wonderful knowledge on process. There's a clouded leopard. I have shown errors with color shift. There are 4 different colors shifted, and then I found out how the error occurs. So there are some issues in the printing cylinder causing overlapping of colors to create interesting liquid. It's all about variety of material. Your thematic exhibit, it's not about stamps, abrasives, miniatures. It's about variation in material. Balancing of page. This is art. And this is a very interesting point in a thematic exhibit. How to balance a page. It doesn't come slowly at initial stage, but when you started evolving your exhibit, you learn this kind of thing, how to balance the page. If you see the left-hand side of my earlier page, then I improvised to my right-side page. If you see, you can clearly see how neat the right-hand side page is. I use a fancy cover, artwork, I reduce. If you see the left-hand side, it is very crowded and the story was not flowing. And a lot of items don't have the story. So I try to make it balanced. Very important topic is stamp study. You should have 1 or 2, at least 1 stamp study in your exhibit, thematic exhibit. And I was fortunate to have a poultry India definitive stamp in my exhibit. Here also same, I use a meter, then a formula inland letter earlier, but then I found it didn't suit that page. So I focus complete page on that particular stamp and make it more variety in that page. Like I put cylinder number, there's one block with different perforation with same cylinder number, J25, and a lot of errors. Here I didn't write about, in this page, left-hand side, I didn't write about how it occurred. But then I realized I should learn about the printing process, how the error occurring and all. So I learned and I find out, and I mention also in the text, thematic, Philatelic, I try to show how the errors are occurring. Preprint, paper trace, blind perforations, doctor blade, dry printing, how the dry printing occurs. So you should show the jury that you have very wonderful knowledge on process. So by doing stamp study, you can impress the jury and score 1 or 2 points extra. This is not possible to do a stamp study on a regular stamp. Definitive stamps give you advantage because number of stamps printed in definitive are more. So it is a good idea to do it on definitive stamp, not on commemorative stamp. Commemorative stamp, you don't get so much of variety. So try to find a definitive stamp, you will get more variety. Research. Research is a very important part. You should. It comes by a lot of reading, search. You need to read a lot of books. You need to know about your subject thoroughly. So then you realize there are number of items number of stories you can create on your theme. You can add several new topics on your theme, like I did on mythology and constellation. I'm able to find, this is a simple imprinted postcard, but this is a very unique imprinted postcard where I can find a Pau constellation. So this is all research you have to do. Then I find out where the feathers are used of pigeons. Then I realize it is used in fishing, fishing flies use mostly the chicken and pigeon feathers. Mostly in pigeon, it is redneck pigeon feathers. Then also in mythology, I shown how the peacock got his eyes. There's a story in Greece about Argus, so I try to show that also. Last page, people normally don't bother much on the last page, but last page is also very important. And you should show some message on the last page. This is my earlier A4 size page. Now, this is the improved page. This is a square page. You see, I've tried to give a message. Future is up to you. Earlier, I put only the end of the tail and didn't show much. But here, I wanted to give a good message that you should protect. There are a lot of endangered species about the pieces. Now, how to collect the materials? You know, a lot of material is available on eBay and Del Campe. Here are the few tips which I learned through my experience on eBay and Del Campe. While buying on eBay or Del Campe, always check the complete store of the seller. Don't, if you wanted to buy one item, always try to find, see if the seller have more items on your theme, so you can save on the postage fee. Always try to make an offer to the seller, so you might get a discount. A lot of people don't try to make an offer, but there's an option available most of the time. Try to use that. You may get a discount. Always try to understand first what should be the collect price. This is many times it happens on eBay Del Campe. Something priced 10 euro, you find same item for 150 euros. So you should know what is the correct price of item you're buying. For expensive item, always ask seller to send through register post. Because when you pay 150 euros, you don't want to lose your letter. So always, when you buy expensive item, always try to get it through a register post. While searching on eBay and Del Campe, when I started, I don't know. I always used to put like peacock and pigeon, but then I realized there are a number of language people use. So I always try to find, like example, if I search peacock, I find out 4,050 items on eBay or Del Campe. Then I put peafowl, I got more 785 items. Then I said I should try pawn also. Pawn is the name in Spanish. So then I got 6,000 items. So this is a trick which I don't know in beginning. You should. I thought it is useful for you. Same like pigeon, you can use pigeon, puzzle. You'll find number of more items. Online purchase, useful website. Here are a few websites you must be knowing, but I just wanted for the new beginners. They should know. There's the eBay, Del Campe, Stamps by Tim. This is a Mike website. Then the Hip Stamps auction card. There are some useful websites for research. There's Colnect, Bird Theme, or this is mostly on birds. Bird Theme, Bird Stamps, FIP, Thematic, Philatelic. For the rules, you can refer this website, Stamps of the World. This is a unique website where you can find number of exhibitors have put their exhibits there. So you can see a lot of exhibits on different themes on Stamps of the World. There are a few groups on Facebook where you can learn a lot. I enjoyed thematic collecting. I learned a lot from this group. There's another meter stamp collector. Here you can find a variety of meter stamps and you can learn through that. For an exhibitor, it is not easy without your mentors. And for me, there are 3 mentors. One is Veera from Australia, Ian from UK, and Mr. Tono from Indonesia. Without mentor, it is not easy part. So all thank you to my mentors who helped me throughout. Thank you so much. Carol, it's time for question and answers. If somebody have questions, I'm here to, happy to answer.
Yeah, we do have some questions. Somebody had asked what the acronyms GREV and SREV stood for, and it looks like they've been answered. But one person has a question. There is a deluge of private covers. Do you recommend exhibiting private or special covers in thematic exhibit?
Private covers, if it is German cover and it is imprinted, you can use, but it is preferred to use of the 19th century covers, PTPO, private to printed order cover, not the new covers after the 20th century covers. But 19th century covers are allowed to use.
Okay. If anybody else has any questions, just unmute yourself and ask.
Anand?
Hi.
Okay, that's Keith.
One of your versions of your title page had the plan page had SN abbreviations on it. What does that stand for?
Okay, let me check. This one?
Not quite. It's back before that one, I think.
Oh yeah, I see it underneath the your proof, and it says plan, and you got SN and chapter and pages.
Oh, that is the serial number.
Serial number.
So yeah.
Hmm. All right. If anybody else has any more questions, unmute yourself and ask Anand.
Can I ask a question about the size of your pages?
When I started, that was A4. Then 2017, I go with A3. Now currently, I'm doing in square pages.
So is it 3 square pages in one row then?
Yes, correct. The size is 290 by 310 centimeters.
Do you print them yourself, and where do you find the page protectors for that size?
And now it is available, protected for that size.
You have to have a large format printer though to print those larger pages, right?
No, what I do, I print on A3 page and then I cut.
But to print an A3 page, can you print that on a regular printer, or you need a large format printer?
You need an A3 printer.
Okay. Hmm.
The piece with the feather on the first page is very nice. I like that.
Yeah, but it is my mistake to use on first page. Now I understand, and I now henceforth, next show you will see in a different page, not on the first page. But it is a very unique item, and fortunately I found on the chicken pizza.
Why do you say it's a mistake to use it on the first page?
First page, you don't get points for rare items. You get 20 marks, and you don't. If you put on first page, it is not counted. So you should not use the rare item on first page. This is as per FIP. On first page, you can.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Anand lives in India, so he exhibits internationally, and we hope to get his exhibit here in the US. So yeah, it's a little bit different than what we do, but it's still very interesting and challenging. Anybody else got some more questions? Go ahead and unmute yourself and ask your questions.
Well, not a question, but I've often also thought that in many cases that for US size pages, 11 by 11 or 11 by a little larger than 11 page would fit nicely 3 in a row on an exhibit page and give more room for lots of different items. A4 or the US letter size are really just arbitrary sizes that are not always very suitable to what we're displaying.
That's why I stopped using A3 and now I use square size page. That is 290 by 310.
Yes.
It gives you room. You can put. You can balance the page by using square. This is my personal opinion. Might be everybody has different opinions, but square page it gives a good look to the page. And if you balance your material, if you have variety of material, it gives a good impact on square page.
Yes.
Okay, there's a question on chat. Is it acceptable to use items like coin, matchbox, leaf, etc. on exhibit?
I think in US it is allowed, but FIP it is not allowed. But FIP in now there is a different class, open class. In open class you can use 50% of thematic material and 50% other material. In open class, in FIP you can definitely use that.
Same thing for the US. It would be displayed class exhibit to use the extra material. We got plenty of time. Anybody else got any more questions?
Here you can see I have used one money stamp, but this is allowed. This is France money stamp. This is used in World War I. So that time there was shortage of. This is an in-case stamp. For various values, it was advertisement was given on the front, and the stamp value shows the value of the coin. So this is allowed to use in as per FI.
Interesting.
Can you tell us how you chose this topic? How did you end up focusing on this topic?
As I mentioned, I wanted to choose a topic on peacock. Peacock is the national bird of India, so I thought it will be a good topic. And then sorry, Carol, I know your theme is peacock, but then I thought it will be difficult for me to get 8 frames. If I wanted to go further, I will go for 8 frames, and it is not easy to get 8 frame materials on peacock. So I thought, why not go with the Phasianidae family? So it gives me room to add a number of variety of materials. Like in Phasianidae, there are 7-8 species like chicken, partridge, turkey. So it gives me a room to add a number of variety of items on different birds. If I choose only peacock, and peacock don't have a number of stamps, so that will be a problem. So I thought better I should use a theme where I should use variety of material.
Yeah.
Hi, Anand. I have a question. I'm Vivek here, Darjeeling. Could you please help us a little bit about specimen stamps? Like, are we allowed to use a lot of them, or what do you say about those? How many do you think we can use in an exhibit of, let's say, 5 frames?
There's no specific rule, but it depends on availability also. Specimens, you can use, in my exhibit, there are 7-8 I have used in 5 frames. There's no such rule that you can't use more than 8 or more than 10, but you need to balance your pace. So wherever you see you can use, but I think 10 or 12 in 5 frame is enough.
Okay, thank you. And does the same go with imperfed stamps, or like if I have a normal stamp and an imperfed stamp, like can I show both of them together, showing that there's a variety of it, or I have a variety? Does that give me points on my thematic knowledge or anything?
If I'm you, I will put only imperf, not the same stamp, because it is visually you can know that this is the imperf stamp. So no need to put the regular stamp with the imperf, because you can visualize it. This is the imperf stamp. So better use imperf if you have imperf. But then again, should not use country like African and all. Vietnam had issued many imperf stamps, so should not use such country stamps, because Vietnam used. If you see India hardly printed specimen stamps, so it's a rare. So rarity is also counted. If you put Vietnam stamps are easily available. Imperf. So jury also knows what kind of it is a variety or it is regularly available. So it matters.
Okay, so is there somewhere I can go and learn more about these? Like maybe I think you're referring to the banned countries, right? The countries that maybe you may not be allowed to display many of those items. So is there somewhere, or is there a site or a website where we could go and learn more about it?
Yeah, there are some data I can share you by email or WhatsApp. I can send you that.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Thank you very much. That's great. Thank you.
Okay, there's a question on chat. Is it mandatory to display traveled item on each sheet?
Means you, I didn't get it exactly, but I think travel item means use cover.
Yes, that's right. Any atom means, for example, first day cover, envelope, letter, or something which is actually traveled. It should not happen. It is just a philatelic atom directly purchased from a maybe post
Okay.
office or yeah.
Yeah, but I understand your question. Honestly, if it's a regular cover and it doesn't have a variety, in my opinion, you should avoid. And if it's a regular cover, you can use one or two in exhibit. But if it has a variety like a missent letter or some other variety like missent or some crash letter or sort of variety, then it is a very wonderful way to use letters. If there are a number of stamps, same stamp used, like multiple stamps used, that is a good variety. But only regular cover with stamp is not a good way to exhibit. And like FDC, travel FDC you can use, but if it is very unique and there are only few stamps on that theme, and then you can use that. But if it is just travel, then it's not a variety.
Thank you.
And
Okay, couple more minutes. Anybody else?
And what kind of sources do you use to, try and find more unusual items that are related to your theme? Like, how do you know, if there's stuff out there that you don't know about, how do you find it? Like, how do you get that information?
He has a talent to do that.
it's all research. I keep on use internet. Good way to use the internet in that regard. And I always used to find out on eBay, Del Campe, or some more sites are there. I try to use some auction catalog where something mentioned. I always use search on a lot of websites and see some blogs, old blogs, some books, and there's some interesting sites where I get some references. In my exhibit, there is a page on Burma, Burma overprint stamps. So I I used to find out same on one blog on Burma Philatelic. So it's all on search. When you use to search, you will find some unique items. And there's one more thing what I would like to tell. When you see top exhibits like who have won gold or large gold, so what kind of metal they have used. So it gives you idea. But on your team, it's very hard. On my team, it's very hard to find. But then again, it's it's a challenge you always have. But by you giving more time, and so luckily sometimes you get very good items like a mulready. Initially, I never thought I can have a mulready in my exhibit, but then I understood there are some advert also available in mulready. So when I searched, I found a mulready with advertisement of chicken.
Anand, you want to show the last page where you've got your contact information so people can write it down if they have further questions or want to tag you for mentorship?
Sure, sure. Not mentorship, but I'm still a learner, beginner.
All right, we got time for one more question if anybody has one. Okay, well, thank you very, very much, Anand. That was very interesting, excellent information all the way around. Appreciate you staying up so late to be with us. It's wonderful. Thank you everyone for attending, and look forward to seeing you at some of the other SEAPEX workshops and presentations and stuff. So have a good weekend.
Thank you so much, Carol, for giving me this opportunity. Thank you so much. SEAPEX.
Not a problem. Oh, yeah, somebody just put in chat that if they could get your PowerPoint. I would like you to send me your PowerPoint presentation, the updated version, and we'll put that up on the SEAPEX Virtual Stamp Show website so then people can look at it. Okay? All right. You guys have a good weekend. We'll see you at the next one. All right. Bye.
Thank you.